And we're back for plot.
Lot. No one watches Pirates for the plot.
It's funny because, like, the story was reasonable, but like not even the porn part was very good.
It really wasn't.
It's just like typical typical fake ass sex porn.
Mm-hmm.
Leading a whole other generation of kids to not know what sex is actually like.
Yep. I'm just remembering all the Pirates porn merchandise I saw last time I was up in Canada. I think I sent you pictures.
The funny part is that there's even merchandise for it. Boom, get her! Anyway.
Oh yes, apparently it's a very lucrative property. There's been 2 sequels and a whole freaking line of sexy merchandise.
For a second I thought you were going to say a whole line of toys, and I was going to be like, well...
Well, yeah, toys.
Just not the typical kind of merchandise toys.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no! They could just, like, talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, have they ever considered communication?
That's what I don't get. The tower, hidden deep within the ocean. You know, I think this is the only place in the game where they use this song, which makes it a little bit weird. The Ka Dingeling rises. Why is there air bubbles in it?
Why have I seen that tower before?
Behold, the Kalinga-Ding. Standing rigid. Tall.
And very, very erect.
Little bit dusty, though.
Yeah.
Which is... Why is it kind of, like, crumbling and dusty? It should still be wet.
I really don't know. Maybe because this scene wasn't well thought out. Like a great many things in this game.
Well, this is the first game in the series, so you get the pass. There it is, just sitting there. Even though it was clearly shown to be sitting on, like, connected to a dock of some kind, it's clearly not.
Of course. I'm just thinking of the Tower of the Gods from Wind Waker.
I was thinking of the Tower of Babel from Xenogears, whatever.
Now what are we doing?
We're back in Baskar to get that final rune, now that we have all the others.
Ah.
The wind will now speak with us, I guess.
Yay! Hi, Wind. It's a pun, just... Yeah, never mind. Raftina? What the hell kind of name is Raftina?
Yeah. It's just... The Guardian of Love and the Guardian of Courage, like, show up at the Guardian of Hope's dorm and just start trying to shake him awake. Get up, nerds! Time to go save the world.
Do I have to? It's just let me sleep a little bit longer. You know how late I was up last night?
Be one of those, like, it's like 3 in the morning. I like how they just sit there and talk shit to Rudy for a couple minutes, and he's just like, yeah, whatever.
This whole game is about talking shit to Rudy, man.
Which is really kind of mean, to be honest.
He is this game's butt monkey. Through and through.
It's like, well, we're gonna totally make fun of the fact that you're an artificial human. But, you know, whatever, we still want you to save the world, okay?
And Rudy just walks off, throwing up the finger over his shoulder.
God's work in mysterious ways, I guess. Mysterious jerk-off ways.
Yep.
Like Greek or Olympian mythology. Behold, a dragon.
Why does the Guardian... Let me try that again. Why does the dragon have tits?
I think it's doing that thing where it's supposed to be like pecs, but the shading is weird. I don't know, I'm actually not 100% certain. Like, all the High Guardians could be ladies. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure Justine is a lady's name.
This is why I like voice acting. It makes it easy to tell. Like Justice in Guilty Gear XX.
Well, it's Justice.
Was Justice actually known to be female up until that point?
No. Even with the voice acting, she had a male voice in the first Guilty Gear. I think she actually did in X2. It might have been XX where they kind of shifted it over. I can't remember.
Now I'm thinking of Pidge in the new Voltron show. Spoilers for Voltron, but
Pidge is a girl.
Pidge is a girl, which is
pretty clear from the get-go, but
yeah, well, they don't start even so much as hinting at it until several episodes in. And it's obvious Pidge is voiced by a woman, which, you know, young males typically are in animated shows.
Because, like, why hire an actual young boy to do this?
Because young boys go through puberty. See also,
Haley Joel Osment?
Haley Joel Osment, yes. Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Or, Trigger from Mega Man Legends.
That's why, you know, if you're gonna make a game with a young male protagonist, you better fucking do that quick and don't think about doing a sequel.
Or, Al from Full Metal Alchemist. Although, they actually had his original voice actor, come back to voice young Hohenheim, I think it was, in Brotherhood. Well, where they replaced his original voice actor in Al's role with a woman who did a very good impression of his original voice actor, actually.
I've kind of noticed lately that the pool of voice actors is kind of progressively shifting. Oh, so it's Boomerang again.
Yay.
The new moon called Marmaduke.
Marmaduke. I can't see that name without thinking of Marmaduke.
The dimensional elevator. The Ka Dingeling. And now there's a space colony. I promise everybody that, like, the later Wild Realms games kind of trend more on the Wild West side than, like, well, I guess it's kind of sci-fi now for the most part.
Essentially.
Okay, let's fight one more time.
Because why not? We need a boss battle here, right?
Shit, what was I saying before? It was something about Full Metal Alchemist, and I can't remember what it is.
Something about the pool of voice actors.
Oh yeah,
shifting.
I don't know if it's because of that strike that I think is still actually going on, as of this recording anyway. But I'm pretty sure that's probably the cause.
Could be.
Seeing as how most of the stuff I've played lately is kind of shifted away from the female protagonist voiced by Laura Bailey to female protagonist voiced by Alexis Tipton, who is more or less Laura Bailey's perfect stand-in.
Could it be a nom de plume?
Who can also do other voices, but it's weird.
Hence the question, could it be a nom de plume?
Could be. There, that's Wild Bunch. The only way it's usable is if you use lock-on. So I think it's, like, highest the accuracy gets is, like, 60-some%.
That's pretty pathetic.
Well, I mean, it's better than 50%, but...
Only by 10%.
It's either, like, late 60s or early 70s where it cuts off. Seeing as how accuracy upgrades only come in, like, bits, increments of 2, so...
Kinda sucks.
But whatever, Twin Orbs is still the best arm in the game, so...
Yeah.
Even at its weakest, it's still marginally better than most other stuff. It has the potential to kill something almost immediately, and that's what really matters. Oh, 59% is where it cuts off, sorry. So not even 60.
Wow, yeah. So, like... Lost my train of thought. Huh.
Was it about voice actors too?
It was going to be about the accuracy thing, but I lost it.
And then the dog explodes.
Oh yeah, it was going to be some comment about how weather forecast is slightly more accurate than that weapon.
Meteorology is the only job where you can be wrong 50% of the time and it's okay.
Basically. Meteorology and God. Like, God can be wrong 50% of the time.
And so much as there is a thing.
Yes.
That's what I would do if I were a god. It's like, eh. But you said this, yeah, well, God works in mysterious ways, so...
I say this in reference to an old George Carlin bit in which he stipulates that he worships the sun, but he prays to Joe Pesci. And praying to Joe Pesci, his prayers are answered about the same 50-50 rate as they were praying to God.
What does Joe Pesci have to say? Eh, forget about it.
Endless potential.
What did you call me? I'm a god? Think I'm a god? Just here to answer your prayers? That's it.
Then there's whoever the hell voices Enzo in Bayonetta, who sounds a hell of a lot like Joe Pesci. Go humans!
I'm gonna do the thing. I guess. Did you just call us friends? Shut up, hurry!
I'm not going to save you, but I don't have to stop you from escaping.
As long as I can still fight.
That's kind of the opposite of, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Lucy's like, wait, is that why you called me back? Hold on.
Turn desire into a blade. What does that even mean? Is that another euphemism?
I think it means so long as he wants to fight the perfect fight, well, eventually you can turn it into power, I guess, or something.
Ah.
I think.
And immediately you go back outside.
But it's okay, it's already over.
Oh.
You stole a dead guy's boomerang.
You dick.
Dun 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 dun.
Ba ba da da ba.
Yeah, I think that's probably more accurate, the lesser item, because I mean, not even any real fanfare, it's just a common item that you have no use for. Well, you can't actively use Boomerang Saber then.
See, if it were me knowing that, I would have just continued walking north.
It's for another optional boss fight. Here we are in Ka Dingeling, finally.
Hooray!
Roaming through the veiny hallways of this massive tower.
This gargantuan symbol of
This massive stone monolith.
Towering monolith of cock.
Dick jokes.
All of the dick jokes.
The one thing I can't give Wild Arms 1 credit for is it's got like maybe 3 or 4 dungeon themes.
Yeah, this particular piece of music is starting to grate on the nerves, you might say.
Fortunately, this is the last actual dungeon you hear it in.
Thank Christ.
I mean, I love, God, how the fuck do you pronounce your name? I think Michiko Naruke's stuff. But at least she didn't end up becoming like what's his name? Motoi Sakuraba. Whose stuff has gotten like really, really samey. Like, I listened to Tales of Berseria's soundtrack, and while I recognized music was different, like, it didn't feel different. Like, he has that synthesizer he uses, and like, you can just tell just when you hear it, it's like, yeah, that's Motoi Sakuraba.
It's kind of the opposite of like, what am I thinking? Mega Man ZX Advent, where a lot of the music in that game has a similar melody, a similar theme, if you will, but all of the instrumentation is different. Each stage theme has its own feel to it, but you can hear how they're all connected with the same sort of melody. They all hit a lot of the same beats.
I think my big problem with most game music now is it's not distinct enough, which I think probably have said on the show before.
Yeah, a lot of game music is getting pretty homogenous.
The standard epic orchestra Lord of the Rings soundtracks.
Yeah.
On the other, well, I suppose it's because it's Namco. I was about to say it's like, well, but at least Motoi Sakuraba didn't use confidence and domination again. But then I realized, like, wait, that's Valkyrie Profile, so that's Enix and Square, so never mind.
You know, it makes me think of Star Fox. Like, the original game had some funky techno music soundtrack, and Star Fox 64 had orchestral music. Like, it could have been written by John Williams.
Well, didn't they do orchestral stuff for the 3DS version? Or an actual actual orchestration for the 3DS version? Instead of just, like, synthesize and magic?
I don't know, I doubt it.
They definitely sound very different.
I'm going to chalk that up to the 3DS having a better MIDI synthesizer.
I'll have you listen to it later.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a. Also, next time on Radical Bromance.
Oh yeah, end of video. What do you know?
Wasn't paying attention again. Sorry.
Eh,